Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hello. What I'm going to go through today is a video that I've been really looking forward to actually. This is where my two hobbies collide. So I'm going to do a Game of Thrones themed, a Song of Ice and Fire themed nail polish video. What we've got here are some dragon eggs that Bar sent us at Christmas. So these are from Bar di Porto. Check out BarTube on YouTube if you're a fan of Game of Thrones. You can also catch me and Meister Payne doing weekly TV show Game of Thrones reviews on Meister Payne's channel. As you can imagine, I've got a few Game of Thrones type themed polishes. There are some collections out there that have got entire Game of Thrones themed collections. There's a new one I was watching today, Miss Holly Berry's channel, where she was looking at Celestial Cosmetics, and they've got a whole range of Game of Thrones inspired polishes with, I think the names of the polishes are based on the Dothraki language. One of the things that I really like about nail polishes and collecting nail polishes are the names. So when my two passions collide, then, you know, there's a very small Venn diagram here of people who like Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire and people who like nail polishes, and I think there's a few of us sitting in the middle somewhere here. So shout out to Anne Sweet YFT, Ren Renwood, Peace Baby, Aerodo, Anita Hansen, T-Baby, of course, from the Small Council. So hi to everybody who's watching from that small little bit in the middle that like to straddle both things. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. So let's have a look at the polishes that I've got then. I've actually got 9 to show you, and some of them are very obviously Game of Thrones themed, and some that I just kind of remind me, a couple of dragon type of polishes that just remind me of Game of Thrones. Let's start with what's on my nails. So today on my nails I'm wearing a Polish Me Royalty polish, and this is called, and again this is Game of Thrones themed, and this is called, the big reveal, Knows Nothing. So obviously this is something that is associated with Jon Snow. Ygritte says this to him all the time, "You know nothing, Jon Snow." And yeah, I was just going to give a TV show spoiler away there, but I won't because I know some people who are book readers and don't want to be spoiled by the TV show or confused by the TV show, so I will avoid spoilers. But this is an absolutely gorgeous dark gunmetal grey, and there are stars and hexagons of various different sizes in there. And we're going to do a little swatch. So this is Knows Nothing by Polish Me Royalty. So I've got 2 coats on my nail. I'll probably just put one on the swatch wheel, so the light's a little bit dim at the moment, but that's actually holographic. I've put a top coat on my nails, and I went out in the sunshine today and it was just so shiny and sparkly. So yeah, that's Knows Nothing. The next polish that I want to show you is a 2 dragon type. So this is a Barry M polish and it's just called Dragon. But I'm going to paint this on because I want to use it as a base coat for a topper a little bit later on. So this is Barry M Dragon, and it's just a very cute, very pretty, mid-toned a candy floss type pink. There we go, that's Dragon. And this here is an indie polish, picture polish. And it's called Saphira, but I just like the fact that it's got bright scales and dragon tails on it. And this is a gorgeous polish. I just wanted to show you this. Knocked the Barry M over. So this is a blue, dark blue jelly base packed with different size of glitters. The light's not very good at the moment. Still got daylight, and I've got the lights on in the kitchen. I should have maybe brought my lamp. So hopefully you can see that. Then I've got this polish here, which isn't anything to do with a Game of Thrones themed name. It's actually called Stay the Night. And I think it's from the Mariah Carey collection. It's a liquid sand, so it's a textured polish. And it just really reminds me of the Targaryen colours, Fire and Blood. So I'm going to do a couple of coats of this one actually, and I wore this on my toes for ages. But it's a black jelly base with red tiny little red glitters. And it dries down to a textured finish. I've kind of heavy-handed there. But we'll go back and do a second coat on that one. Okay. Now what I want to show you are the real Game of Thrones themed polishes, which are these four here. And these four are from an indie brand called Caddy Locker. This is an absolutely beautiful lavender lilac, more lilac, so it's slightly more blue toned. And Caddy Locker are a Swiss indie brand. I'm absolutely mesmerised by that, just by looking at that. So it's got copper hexagons of different sizes, tiny little hexagons up to sort of medium size hexagons. It's gorgeous, and it's called Wear It Like Armour. So this is something that Tyrion says to Jon about people insulting you, to take your insults and wear it as armour. So that's the armour in there, is the copper, very very thin and delicate polish that you can build up in 2 to 3 coats. I will, where I've got swatches of these polishes, I will insert a picture at the end. So that's Wear It Like Armour. This next one here, and these are all from Caddy Locker. So for their Game of Thrones themed collections, because I like the names, but I also really like the polishes as well. So this is such a strange colour. It's a linear holographic, and it's a kind of purpley grey base, and it's just packed with tiny little Spectraflare holographic. Oh, I totally forgot to put this on the swatch wheel. Let's go back, sorry. So this is Wear It Like Armour. Like I say, it's very delicate, and you get those coppery, bronzy looking flakies in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. you go. So that's that one, and we will look at this one, which is, I didn't even tell you the name, I'm so excited about this. A dragon is not a slave. So this will be a quote from Daenerys. I can't remember when. Probably when she was leaving Slaver's Bay and she got Drogon to burn the slave master Krasnaz, I think his name was. Anyway, back to the polishes. So this is the greyish. It's such a strange colour. I suppose you imagine, like, if you rolled over a dragon to tickle its belly, it would be this kind of colour, which is a greyish, greenish, purplish, such a strange colour. And it's really difficult to see the holographic. But yeah, there is a linear holographic there. Okay, so that's A Dragon Is Not a Slave. The next polish is a gorgeous blue jelly base with bright blue and silver glitters. It's absolutely packed with them. And the name of this polish is The Night is Dark and Full of Terrors. So obviously this is something that Melisandre says all the time. You would think that a polish associated with Mel would be a red polish. So maybe this is more associated with the Great Other. But yeah, so that's a blue jelly base. It's pooling a little bit there because I did a really thick coat then. And that's really shiny and sparkly. So that's The Night is Dark and Full of Terrors. And the last polish is the final Caddy Locker. There are a few in this collection. There was one called Where the King Goes, the Realm Follows, but I didn't like the colour. But this one is gorgeous. This is a blue, a soft blue with an iridescent shimmer running through it. It's not holographic, but it's got a really gorgeous finish, and this is called Nothing Burns Like the Cold. So this reminds me of all those poor Night's Watch brothers who have been beyond the wall and got their ears chewed off by frostbite and things. Nothing burns like the cold. And those chapters where Sam was coming back to the wall with Gilly and the description of how cold it was and he just wanted to lie down and die in the snow. So this polish kind of reminds me of that, of the drama described in the books with that. So that's Nothing Burns Like the Cold. So that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one missing, which I'm actually going to put over this pink dragon. And this is a polish. You can see how much I've used of it. A fair amount. This is a polish that was sent to me by Anne in our swap that we did last year, maybe even a couple of years ago now. And this is an OPI called Comet in the Sky. And again, this reminds me of the red comet that everybody sees in the sky in the books, at the beginning of season 2 in the TV show. And it's a chunky, multicoloured glitter, multi-size, all sorts of different sizes, with some holographic kind of prism type of glitters. It's absolutely gorgeous, and as you can see, I've used it quite a few times. So I'm going to put this over the top of the Barry M dragon. You get loads just on one swipe. There you go. That looks more like I've got black and gold glitters on there, but I'm hoping that you can see some of the rainbowy glitters. I love it. Such a shame you can't see the holographic ones. I'm going to go back very quickly and do the OPI liquid sand. So that's the Stay the Night, that's the black and red. And of course with textured polishes you can let them dry down textured, or you can put a top coat on them and they'd cut so it would look like that with a top coat, or you can let it dry down. I had it matte on my toes for weeks actually, but I just like the black and red there, reminds me of the Fire and Blood. I'll very quickly put a second coat of Knows Nothing. Again, this is another polish that dries down, not so much textured, but more kind of semi matte. So I've got a top coat on here on what I'm wearing, and that's Knows Nothing. Dragon and Comet in the Sky. This is the Saphira. See if I can get some glitters on that by Picture Polish. I do remember this being in one of my monthly favourites when I got it. That's that one. I'll quickly do a coat on the others. So that's the Wear It Like Armour, which is, it's difficult to say what would be a favourite out of these polishes. I mean, obviously I absolutely love the names, but the polishes are great. The Caddy Locker polishes I got from Rainbow Connection, which is a really great online indie distributor in the UK. And I've worn them quite a few times actually, all of them, because it just reminds me of Game of Thrones. And like I say, two hobbies colliding. Which, with such random differences between nail polish and A Song of Ice and Fire, you wouldn't expect it maybe to happen that often. So that's the one that reminds me of the Targaryens, Fire and Blood, but it's actually OPI Liquid Sand Stay the Night. Polish Me Royalty Knows Nothing. Barry M. Dragon topped with Comet in the Sky. This is Saphira by Picture Polish. And these 4 Caddy Lockers are Wear It Like Armour, A Dragon Is Not a Slave, The Night is Dark and Full of Terrors, and Nothing Burns Like the Cold. Can't believe I remembered all of those names off by heart. Please follow me on Instagram here, Nail Swatch Tower UK. And if you're watching the TV show, enjoy. And fingers crossed we get Winds of Winter in the next few months. See you soon, everyone. Bye.